Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time since I uploaded a video, but today you're in luck. At some point down the line, I will be updating my last tutorial that I had posted, but for today, we are jumping into a brand new app called Financielle. This is not your typical budgeting app. It is more of like a personal finance app in which you can set goals, track your debt payments, do your budget, track your net worth, etc. Now for the cost, I had subscribed before I got a chance to screenshot the actual price of the app, which you will see me say in the tutorial part of this video, but you get a 30-day free trial with whatever tier you choose. I believe there's a monthly tier, a semi-annual tier, and an annual tier. I know that in British pounds, the cost for the monthly is $2.99 per month, which translates into Canadian dollars about like $4.29 per month. This app also comes with ebooks and blog posts, so you have a ton of resources when you're trying to manage your finances. They do have a YouTube channel and social media. I will link their YouTube channel in the description below in case you have any questions or any more comments that I can't answer, but you can ask directly to the developers. I will not be giving a full review right now. I'm just going to go directly into the tutorial, and then in another video, I will give the full review and breakdown of the app for you. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So when you first sign up for the Financielle app, this is what the first page looks like. At the top here, you have a menu, which slightly mimics the menu that you have at the bottom here. The only difference is the create a budget is the first tab over here, and your budget tab is down here for the budget. When you set your goal, it will show up in the center here. If you scroll down more, because you get some ebooks to read with this app, they'll show up over here where you can continue reading. And if you scroll down even more, you have access to their latest blogs. At the top here, you have notifications where they just announce their new blogs and tell you things about the app. Over here, you have your account settings right over here. There isn't much to do in the settings, so I'll just kind of show you a couple of things that you might want to do, and then we'll continue with the tutorial. So I click on the settings. Up here, it tells you what member you are. You have to be a premium member to access certain things in the app, which I'll show you later. The cost is $2.99 per month. And then if you subscribe for longer periods of time, then the price goes down. So you have an annual subscription and you have a semi-annual subscription also. I subscribed already before I screenshotted the pricing, so I'm not sure what the pricing is, but you do get 30 days to try it out for free before they start billing you. So you have your general section where it tells you what kind of membership you have. You can change your password or add a password, your account settings, and your guide to Financielle. When you first open this app before you sign up or anything, this already pops up, so you don't need to click on it in here. You'll already see it when you sign up. I want to go to the account settings and scroll down to currency, and that's where you'll select your currency. I believe when it first started, it was pounds, because this is a UK app, so it'll be pounds, but you could just change it to dollars or any other currency, really. If you go back, and you can manage your notifications. So notifications, I already turned everything off, but if you want to hear about their new blog posts, features, and announcements, you can turn them on, and you could turn any of these on also. I just don't like getting notifications from apps, especially budgeting apps. I just don't like it, so that's why I have them all off. You can rate the app, all that stuff. When you go to data settings over here, this just automatically stays on. So this is something that I'm not sure if they'll fix going forward, because it's like you think that you're turning it off, but if I go out and then I go back in, it's on again. So that's something that I'm sure they could be emailed about, or maybe they can fix this glitch, because here I can't select that necessary tracking. I can't unselect that. I think that the reason that these keep getting selected is because this one is just selected by default. But again, this is something that I'll kind of look out for, because that is kind of, to me, it's kind of sketchy that it's like we think that it's off, and you'll leave and you won't go back and check. But every time you go back, it stays on, and they're just collecting your data. So that is something that's crazy to me. But hopefully, if they see this, they could rectify that. So that's all we would be looking at in this section. We can go back to the main page, where we will start going through each tab. So we're going to start with the first tab, which is the Learn tab, where they've made ebooks available for you for learning purposes. If you want to read, they read like ebooks, essentially, which is a nice touch for a budgeting app. I do like that. The next tab is the Targets tab. In this tab, we have two sections, goals and debts. To set up your goals, you're going to make sure you're in the goal tab, and you're going to click on add goal at the bottom here. And this is the page it will take you to, where you have a few popular suggestions, or you could just write your goal in the space that's given to you. I'm going to choose Dream Holiday, and then I'm going to hit continue. Then you're going to want to enter what your target goal, like the amount is, and how much you already have saved if you have an amount saved. So for the trip, I'm going to put $2,500, and I'm going to say that we don't have anything saved. Now you have to put a 0 if you don't have anything saved, because it will not allow you to move forward if the area is blank. Then you're going to hit continue. And here you're going to have two choices. Either you're going to choose a monthly amount that you're going to put aside, or you're going to choose a date that you want the goal to be completed by. And when you put a monthly amount, let's say I put $250, you're going to see that it's going to show me the date that I'm going to have the money saved up by. Whereas if I choose a date and I say, no, that's too far away, I want to go on a trip in January. In January, we'll call it February 1st of 2024, okay. Then it's going to show me how much I need to put aside each month to reach my goal of $2,500 by that date. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to stick to the amount that I chose before. Then I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to choose a little emoji. We're going to do the airplane, and then we're going to hit continue. And so it takes us back to our goal page, and the goal is right there. We have 0 saved. It shows us our date that will be completed at, and the amount. But if you look down here also, it shows the total amount of the goals section and the amount saved for the goals section. And to show you how that changes, I'm going to choose to add another goal. So add new goal. I'm going to do a house deposit, continue. What is your target? Let's say I need $35,000 for my down payment. And let's say I already have $6,000 saved for this. I'm going to hit continue. We're going to select the monthly amount. Let's call it $1,000 per month. So the date will show February 27th, 2026. I will have completed my goal. I'm okay with this for now. I hit continue, put the house emoji, continue, and then it shows up here. Now you see, again, just like above for my dream holiday, it has my completion date, the total amount, but remember I put that we have $6,000 already put aside towards this goal. That's 17.14% of the goal already completed. Also, it has a little tracking line that will just fill up all the way as you're completing the goal. We look down at the bottom for the total of all my goals, 37,500 and 6,000 I already have saved because of the house deposit. Now at the top here, it says show completed goals. When I turn that on, it's going to disappear because I have no goals that are completed. Okay, so I just went and added a goal and made it as complete. So over here, nothing has changed, even though I added a goal that you can't see. But when I press on this, when I toggle this, you're going to see that my new car goal has already been funded, and it shows all the same things as it does on the other goal page for my goals that have not been fully funded yet. So I just wanted to add this in to kind of show you what it looks like and that the information doesn't just disappear or stay on the main page. Once it's completed, you could actually view it elsewhere. Next, we're going to go and enter some debts. This is the page, how it looks when you're about to enter your debts. Make sure you're on the debts page, and then we click add debt. And it's kind of the same procedure as adding the goal. What type of debt do you have? You can enter your own, or you could choose one of the popular ones. Popular credit card debt for sure. So we're going to choose that one. Continue. What is the amount? I would say, let's call it 3,000. How much do you have remaining? We're going to put 3,000 again. We're not going to put 0 like the other one because it's not asking us how much have we paid off. It's asking us how much debt do we have left. So that's how much we have. We hit continue. We're going to put the monthly payment or the target debt payment date. What you could do here if you want is put the minimum amount if that's what you're paying, if that's all you can afford to pay. But if you have debt, I would recommend attacking it until it's all gone, which is what we're going to try and do here. We're going to call it $300 a month. Again, it shows the target date, the date that it will be paid off by if I'm paying $300 a month. Or you can choose the date. Let's call it February 1st again. And then it shows you how much you would need to be paying in order to pay it off by that date. We're going to do 300. Oops, 300. Continue. It's a credit card, so I'm going to put a credit card. You can choose from your gallery an image if you want to put and make it more personal. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just put the credit card and hit continue. And it shows over here. Just like in the goal section, you have the date for the payoff, how much you have left to go, the total amount, the percentage of it being paid off. At the bottom here, the total debt amount, how much has been paid or how much you have left to go. We'll add another one, add new debt. This time we'll do a car finance because that seems to be popular. Also, what is the amount of the car finance? Call it, we have $6,500. Not what's left. What is the total amount? Let's say we did a $10,000 car and what we have left is $6,500 on it. What is the monthly payment? You could put your monthly payment. I'm going to put that it's $385 per month, which is very low, but that's how much it's going to be for us. And then it shows the date that it will be paid off if you're paying this amount per month. When I hit continue, again, we're going to do the emoji of the car, or you could add your own by just selecting choose from gallery. I'm just going to do the car and continue. And now it shows up over here. We have the $10,000 was the total amount of our original car loan. We've already paid 35% of it off, right? Because we only have $6,500 to go. Now we still have our credit card, $3,000 to go. The total is $3,000. And then of course at the bottom, we have the total amount of the debt and the total that has been paid already. The total that needs to be paid. Sorry about that. Just like the goals, we have the option to show completed debts. I did take the liberty of adding one, and then it shows on its own page it does not just disappear. Now I want to go back, and I forgot to show you how to register payments. So I'm going to definitely, okay, so when you make a payment towards your debt, this is how it's going to work. Make sure you're in the debt section. Let's choose the credit card. We do update amount. When you go to update amount, you're going to see that they give you the options of how much you've paid down by. I tried to enter my own option here and use it, but for some reason it just wasn't working. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I just don't know how it works. I haven't figured it out. If you know, you can let me know, but it's not working for me. Or you could enter it manually how much debt you have left. So I'm going to take off 100, and you see already that the amount was 29 and it went down to 28. Then I'm going to hit save debt, and then it shows how much you have left to go. And I also want to point out that this amount is changing as I'm updating this amount, right? So if I were to do it again, update amount, take off another $100, it's dropping it by $10 that I have to pay extra, I guess, per month. Also, if you want to share your progress on social media, they have that option. And if you want to edit it, the information about the credit card, you just click on edit, and all of these things are editable. Then if you want to delete the debt, you can delete it from this page as well. So now we go back. Let's do another one. Let's do the car finance. Update amount. Let's say we paid 100. Let's say we paid 200. Save debt. Again, the amount has gone down for how much we have to pay per month. You can share it on social media. You can edit in this corner here. If we go back, we see that this amount obviously is not changed. But here, remember, we had 95 to go. Now we have 89 to go. Same thing for the goals. We're going to make sure we're in the goals section. Let's go on Dream Holiday. Same concept as updating for the debts. All your information is up here. You could actually edit, share in the corner up here, and update savings. Here you're going to add how much you saved. So in the debts, you're going to put how much you paid down your debt. Here, you're going to put how much you've saved towards your goal. So let's put 200, save goal. Again, this amount has gone down to how much we have to contribute monthly in order to meet our goal by this. Go back to the main page. Let's update the house payment also. Same thing, information's here, update savings there. Let's update it and say we brought it down by, we put aside $100 extra, save the goal. The amount went down to reach the amount that we need by this date. Share, edit. If we go back, we have 7,300 saved now. We're almost 20% to our goal of 37.5. Next, we're going to go to check out how we set up our budget in this app. To get to the budgeting section, we just click on budgets, and this is what the page looks like. As I mentioned before, there are certain sections of the app that are premium exclusive. The budgeting section is definitely one of them. So let's get started. We can put a name for our budget, and we choose a date range. So let's call this October 2023. Select a date. Now you could choose the entire month, or you can set it up by like your paychecks. So let's just say you get paid on the 5th of October, then you would do it from the 5th of October to like say the 19th. That sometimes is easier for people, but I'm just going to do it for the whole month just for the sake of this tutorial. We're going to choose an emoji. Let's choose this one, and we hit continue. Now we're going to focus on the income section here, where we're going to put the salary for the month. So let's say that you bring in $4,800 per month. Now, if you have other forms of income, you just click add income and you have several other options. Now, you can't create your own option. You would have to choose something from here. So it might be other, it might end up being other. But then you could always add a description. So let's say other is like $500 and you have a side business or a side hustle. And then you would hit save and it says other side hustle and it's $500 per month. When that's done, you would just hit continue and you can continue to add more incomes actually. Continue. Then you have your fixed expenses. So the expenses that don't really change month per month. So like your rent, your mortgage, etc. We're going to say that this person has a mortgage and it's $1,500 per month. Again, if you want to add other fixed expenses, you can right there. Add expense. They have bank fees, car insurance, fitness, rent, all kinds of things like this. We're going to do subscriptions because most people have subscriptions. It's going to be $50 a month. And that's going to be your Netflix, your Disney, etc. Save. We're going to add another expense, bank fees. People have that. Let's call it $12 per month. Again, we're going to do, I'm looking for electricity, so utilities. Let's call that $75 per month. Save. Let's add another one. Credit card monthly, right? We set that up before. I really would like if it was kind of like it flowed together where I'm putting my goals, I'm saying this how much I'm paying per month, and then it just automatically adds it into my budget. But that's not what happens, but that's okay. How much did we say for the credit card we were paying per month? I think it was $250. But we could always go back and change it if it's not. Car loan, we have that. How much did we say that was? I think we said it was $350. We could always go back and change it. Internet, that's something that everybody always has. We'll call it $50. For now, I think that I'm okay with these fixed expenses. So then we're going to hit continue. Sinking fund. So these are funds, let's just say we know that come around once a year. So if you have, let's just say you have property taxes, if you're a homeowner, for sure you're paying those every single year. It's not like a monthly payment. It usually comes and you might get a chance to pay it in 2 shots, or you could pay it in 1 shot, but you know it's coming. So if you have a sinking fund, you could put money aside for it. Same thing for like birthdays, Christmas, if you're paying your car registration, things like that. So here we have the, excuse me, here we have the travel fund. I think we said we were putting, was it 130 away for that? So just like the income and the fixed expenses, you could add a sinking fund. Other, and just put holidays in general. And let's say we want to spend $500 for the holidays. And we save that. If we add another sinking fund, let's do car maintenance. And let's say it's about $250 per year for tires, whatever other like oil change, whatever else you need to get. So I think that's going to be enough. I'm satisfied with that for the sinking funds. Then we hit continue. Then we have the flexible expenses. So the expenses that may vary month per month, like your grocery bill. If you just do some shopping, some gifts, anything like that, that will really fluctuate month to month, you would add it here. For groceries, I'm going to put in a solid $600 for a month. We're going to do dining out because people do that. So we're going to put $60 for the month. Save. Then fuel. We need fuel for our car. We're going to do $150 per month. Savings account? Sure, yes. Let's do $500 for that. Save. Let's do another one. We'll do clothing. Did we already do clothing? I don't think so. And we'll do 75 per month. Now you could put little notes. Like I've seen people make budgets where if they don't spend their clothing amount, then they put it in savings, or every month it accumulates. So every time you don't spend the $75, you just keep putting $75 until you do go and spend on clothing. Whereas maybe like dining out would not be that type of expense. You would just take it maybe and just put it into a savings. So that was something that was pretty interesting. But you could also go back in. Okay, so I'm trying to go in and add a note or edit, and I can't do that here. So we're just gonna have to continue. Now in this section, it tells us how much we have left over after we've budgeted all of our known expenses. It's saying here that I have an excess of $748 because the way this works, as I mentioned before, is like a profit and loss statement or an income statement where it shows your income, your expenses, and then like what's left over. And then you get to budget what's left over, which is also a fancy version of the zero sum budget where you just budget everything until this amount is zero. So let's do that. For an emergency fund, let's say we're going to put $150 towards that. But let's not get too excited because, hold on, if we add excess, the things that we're getting, a lot of these accounts we probably won't know because, again, I believe this is a UK app, but we can put them towards our savings. I guess we can just figure out what these accounts kind of relate to, or you would just put other and then you can just write your account here. So in Canada, we would have like RRSP for retirement or our ESP if we have kids, or a tax-free savings account. So let's do that and put $100 to that. Now we could always go back and add maybe some expenses that we forgot about. Because I know I put specific savings and debts, saving goals and debts that I didn't include in here. So we'll have to go and find those to enter them. But once you've allocated your excess, which I did not do, but I'm going to come back to it, then you're going to click continue. Sorry, I didn't record a certain part. Let me go back. Yeah, what I had mentioned was it shows our income that we put, the expenses, and the excess. Then it also shows the name and the date, and we can edit over here if you want to edit the name and the date, time frame. So this is our budget. When we scroll down, it shows us how we're spending. So it gives us a little legend down here, and it shows us the percentages that are going to each section of our budget. And then our actuals, we didn't get there yet. So we go down, it's showing our budget, and then in the bottom here, it's showing the breakdown. Now here you could edit it. So if we go back and we see, oh, we made a mistake, our car loan is actually more than $350 or less than $350, we can come back and we could change it and make the proper adjustments. This is where we would be tracking our spending, and the money that's coming in actually is in the actuals. So we're going to click right here on add actual, and it's going to take us to this section. As you can see, we're in the actual tab. You can toggle back and forth, but you want to make sure you're in the actual tab when you are recording your expenses, because these are editable numbers and you don't want to mess up your budget. So you do have the option of copying your budget figures. So you might want to use that for things like income, fixed expenses, just anything that you know that you spent or that you received in total. So for our income, we're going to assume that we received our full income for the month, or at least our salary, right? When you don't want to copy anymore, you just hit confirm, and that's it. So let's try and figure out for our other side hustle how much money came in. Well, maybe we didn't make that much money this month on our side hustle. We thought we were going to get $500, but we actually got $300. So we're going to enter the $300. We budgeted for $5, but we got $3. And then it's showing the actual amount, right? Remember our graph from before, we had the budgeted 100% of our actuals is income right now. If we go up here also, it shows us the same thing, our income and how much it went down this month. And our expenses is down 100% because we didn't do it yet. But this is a very helpful tool to be able to see how much in percents you're spending of your budget or earning. So let's go down for our fixed expenses. Let's try copy budget figures and say the mortgage went through, the bank fees for sure went through, we paid our electricity, we did the credit card, we did the car loan, we paid the internet. Hey, we paid the internet, confirm, but our subscriptions, we didn't subscribe to something. So instead of paying $50, we're only paying $45 now. So then that gets updated. For our sinking funds, our travel fund was $130. Let's copy all of it except for the other. Confirm. In the other, let's say we only did $200 this time. And for the flexible expenses, this is where you can keep a running tab and you could actually add the transactions individually, and it's only under the flexible expenses that you can do that. Any of the other ones you can't. So for people who enjoy using apps to track their spending, this is really great. You would just click add transaction. It's going to override any existing amount. Yes, we know. Let's say we went to grocery store. No, let's put Walmart. The date, let's say we went October 11th. The amount we spent was $250 because it's Walmart and it's in our groceries. So now we can't edit the total amount anymore because we've entered a transaction and we spent $250. So that amount goes up into the general area for groceries. Same for dining out. We could just write, we went to McDonald's right after we did our groceries because that's what we do sometimes. And we spent $15 because that's how much it costs now to go to McDonald's. And so it populates here and our amount shows the date and the place that we had the transaction. Okay, so I added a few more transactions to the list and I wanted to go over and be under in some of them just to kind of show that it does vary most of the time, month per month. If we go into the excess and we copy the budget figures and then we say we put this away this month and this, and then we do confirm, but we didn't put any other money away, then we're okay. So let's see if we go up top how these transactions have affected our budget. Well, our graph shows the actual and the budgeted. So our income is in the middle for the actual and the budgeted. And then we have our flexible expenses, which are 38.33%. But here they're only 26. So we definitely went over. For our excess, it was 14. And here it's 7. For our sinking fund, 16%. Here it's 7. And for our fixed expenses, 43. And here it's 46%. We made less money this month. Our expenses are still down. This is 54% lower than what we thought it would be. So this is really interesting and it's fun to play. And it is quite different from the other budgeting apps that are out there, and it has everything on one page, which is really easy to get to and to navigate. So here we're going to press save, and that's going to save. Oh, we got a warning. What did it say? Planned excess should not be more than available excess. So I guess we have to go down and change that. Oops. So we're going to have to take this away and take this away. And we only have 343, so we'll put it here. And that'll change our numbers. Save, and that worked. And then on the main page, this is what it looks like. So next, we are going to enter our net worth. So we're going to click on the net worth button. Again, this is a premium exclusive, so you have to be subscribed in order to gain access to this section. And then we're going to get started. So the first page, we're going to select the month. It's September, so I'm going to leave it as September. We're going to hit continue. So much as the setup is just like the budgeting. It's going to take you through each window to set everything up before you get to the end. So we're going to have your assets minus your liabilities is supposed to be what your net worth is. So you're going to put all of your assets in here. Property, investment, cash. Let's enter some. And give us the first option, savings account. Let's say you have $3,000 in there. Then you could just add an asset if you want. And these are the assets that we have available to us. Now this ISA, I'm not sure what it is. I guess it's an account that, again, might be in the UK. So you have to just try to find anything that makes sense to you and as like an equivalent for where you live. So if you have a rental property, you could use that. If you have a trading account, let's say we put trading account and we put our stocks account. And let's say we have about 10 grand in that and we save it. Let's add one more. And we say, let's say we have, I don't know, we'll say we have cash. It could be stocks, it could be anything, a mix of anything. We're just going to put that these are our assets. We continue. Now your liabilities, where we have that credit card, and I'm pretty sure it was $3,000 on that, and we paid some of it down. But again, I don't remember how much it was. We're going to say that it's I think actually it was 2,800 that was left on that one. I hope I'm right. Now we're going to liability. Car finance, we definitely had that. It was 10,000, right? And we had paid 6,500 on it, but I think that we added more on that. So let's just pretend that we have 3,000 left on that. Do we have anything else? No, we only had those two. So let's say that we just have those. And now we're going to click generate my net worth, and it's going to generate it for us. And see how quick and easy that was. Up here it tells you your net worth, $22,200, and it gives you the breakdown. So your assets are 28 of that, and your liabilities are 5/8 of that. And then you just click Save Net Worth. And then it generates the information for you. You have a little graph here, and this is not necessarily zero. You can probably go back and fill those in, but because I'm starting here in September, it's just showing that my net worth has shot up. And if you wanted to generate an actual report, you would click the little clipboard here in the corner, and it would generate a report. It's available to you. It has 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and all. And you have the option to share the report or download the report. Click on the Life Admin, and this is where you just kind of keep track of maybe your insurance policies or anything like that. In any case, let's try and add something so we can see how that works. Add Life Admin, and then you put all of the details below. What type is it? Car finance, loan. You could use it for monthly, but I feel like it would probably be too much for monthly. So let's say education. We're back at school. We go to McGill University and we got to pay. Here's our student number. There you go. We're not going to put a contact number. The start date will be September 5th. And then the end date is, let's say, December 15th. Monthly amount, annual amount. You only have to pay your tuition once. So it was about almost $800 for the one class. You could put one class for semester, let's say. And then you hit continue, and we're going to put the books and save. So it has been created. And here's the information, what it is, where it is, renews when, and then how much it is per annum, I guess. If you go there, if you click on it, you can delete it down here, or you could edit any of the information. So let's say it's your property taxes are $1,500, and you get those taxes around January, and then they have to be paid by June 1st. This is the amount that you're paying, and then you just go with other, just enter a provider. Let's say it's the Ville de Montreal. Continue and save. So it just is like a reminder. You could also set up the notifications to remind you, and it will remind you when it's renewing. Now that we've set everything up, let's go back to our home page so I can show you how the information that we entered in the targets has populated right here in the middle. And so this is where your goals live right now. If you want to create a budget, you would just click over here. It take you to the budget tab. You could read the playbook, right? And you could just use the menu at the top or the menu at the bottom. So this is how we set up and use Financielle. Thank you for watching the tutorial. If you like this, you can subscribe. I will be trying to be more consistent. These are very long and difficult to film sometimes, but I do enjoy doing it for you guys. And that was the tutorial for the app. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I have other app tutorials in the works for you. Again, I'm going to go back and do an updated version of the Money Manager app. So please stick around for that and subscribe.